Hey everyone, welcome back to Life on Wheels, where we roll through the wild world of aviation and cutting-edge tech from the skies. Today, we're diving deep into something straight out of a sci-fi thriller, the brand new EA-37B Compass Call, the U.S. Air Force's next-level electronic warfare beast set to hit full stride in 2026. Imagine a sleek business jet that looks like it belongs in a billionaire's hangar, but instead of ferrying CEOs, it's out there invisibly dismantling enemy radar networks, jamming communications, and turning the electromagnetic spectrum into a chaotic no-man's land for adversaries. This isn't just an upgrade, it's a game-changer in how modern wars are fought without firing a single missile. Let's start with the bones of this machine. The EA-37B is built on the Gulfstream G550 airframe, a luxurious, ultra-long-range business jet that's been tricked out by L3Harris as the lead integrator, with BAE Systems handling the electronic wizardry. Why a bizjet? Because it's faster, flies higher, and sips fuel way more efficiently than the old workhorse it's replacing, the EC-130H Hercules. That legacy bird, a modified cargo hauler from the 80s, chugged along at propeller speeds and guzzled gas like nobody's business, but it served in every major U.S. conflict since Desert Storm, jamming enemy signals from the shadows. Now, with 10 of the 14 EC-130Hs already retired and the last 4 heading to the boneyard by 2026, the EA-37B steps up as the sleek successor, promising to do the same job with half the crew, double the range, and a fraction of the operating costs. Picture this. The EA-37B cruises at Mach 0.885, topping out around 51,000 feet, with a range that lets it loiter over hotspots for hours without refueling drama. It's got that signature Gulfstream swept-wing design, but underneath the glossy paint, often in a low-vis gray scheme with Davis-Monthan tail codes, it's packed with antennas, sensor pods, and black box tech that would make James Bond jealous. The redesignation from EC-37B to EA-37B back in October 2023 nailed its role: electronic attack, not just combat support. And it's not a one-for-one swap. The Air Force is procuring up to 10 of these bad boys, all headed to the 55th Electronic Combat Group at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Arizona, under the 55th Wing out of Offutt AFB in Nebraska. The 43rd Electronic Combat Squadron will fly them, backed by a contractor logistics team for quick-turn maintenance. Now, the real magic, the electronic warfare payload. At its core is the rehosted Compass Call mission system, carrying over about 70% of the EC-130H's proven guts but supercharged for the 21st century. We're talking the Small Adaptive Bank of Electronic Resources, or SABER, which lets crews dynamically reprogram jamming signals mid-flight to counter whatever the enemy throws at them, be it Russian S-400 radars or Chinese hypersonic missile guidance. Then there's the network-centric collaborative targeting system, tying the jet into joint forces for real-time intel sharing, software-defined radios for flexible comms, radio frequency receivers to sniff out threats, and the counter-radar assembly to spoof and overload enemy sensors. All this runs on the System-Wide Open Reconfigurable Dynamic Architecture, or SWORDA, a modular open systems approach that means upgrades can roll out in spirals, keeping the EA-37B ahead of emerging threats like AI-driven drone swarms or quantum-encrypted networks. It's built for anti-access, area denial environments, where peer competitors try to lock down the skies with layered defenses. Crew-wise, it's a lean operation. 2 pilots up front handling the flight deck, plus up to 7 mission specialists in the back. You've got the mission crew commander, an electronic warfare officer calling the shots, a weapon systems officer plotting the electronic strikes, a supervisor who's a cryptologic linguist wizard, analysis operators decoding enemy chatter on the fly, an acquisition operator locking onto signals, and maybe an airborne tech keeping the gear humming. That's down from 13 on the old EC-130H, freeing up manpower for other missions. And speaking of milestones, the first EA-37B rolled out for testing in September 2023, with the third, cross-deck, bird delivered to Air Combat Command in August 2024. Crews from the 43rd ECS nailed the inaugural training sortie on May 2, 2025, out of Davis-Monthan, practicing tactics in a controlled environment. By 2026, it'll hit initial operating capability, baseline 4 upgrades and all, ready for global contingencies. But why does this matter to you, the everyday aviation fan rolling through life on wheels? Because the EA-37B isn't just a plane, it's the invisible shield that lets F-35s and B-21s penetrate deep without getting lit up on radar. In a world where wars are won in the spectrum before the first shot, this jet denies, degrades, and disrupts everything from comms nets to GPS-guided bombs, supporting suppression of enemy air defenses alongside growlers and wild weasels. It's already drawing international eyes. Italy's snagging 2 mission kits for their G550s, and Indo-Pacific allies are circling. As electronic threats evolve, the EA-37B's adaptability ensures the US stays lethal, keeping our skies, and yours, secure. There you have it, folks, the EA-37B Compass Call, rolling into 2026 like a stealthy shadow in the sky. If you're as hyped as I am about this electromagnetic powerhouse, smash that like button, subscribe to Life on Wheels for more airborne adventures, and drop a comment. What's your take on the future of EW? Hit the bell, and we'll catch you on the next flight. Safe travels.